Yeah, I did it again. I bought another Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick, and this time I bought mine in the shade Dusty Mauve. Like I said, I do want to own them all. I have 3 mattes, 3 shimmers, and now 4 shimmers of this. So we're gonna do an eye look and show you the shade I got with this one. And I'm gonna use in today's video some newer products all over the face: foundation, bronzer, concealer that I just picked up from my latest haul. So we're gonna keep testing those out. So let's get started. For my sunscreen, I already have sunscreen since this morning. However, it is $3.49 right now. So if it's $3.49, that means we need to apply a little bit more sunscreen. And I'm gonna go with the Solara Suncare Plump and Energize. And this is a very good sunscreen. And it comes with a pipette. It's just a little bit more messy in a way, like the way you store it. But other than that, it's a really good sunscreen. The stickiness goes away upon application. It just makes your face so nice and so hydrating. So I am just obsessed with this Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks. They are just so good. So we are going to be traveling soon. I mean, they're really good to bring if you travel, better than bringing an eyeshadow, and they just last you all day long, and they're just so good. So I want more shades, and the shades that I've seen online, they don't really represent the exact color as when you go and test them in store. So that's why I want to show you guys. Maybe I'll do a video with testing all of these eyeshadow sticks and swatching them for you, like a quick video, so you guys can see the actual swatches in action and how they look in real life, because they look like nothing as they look online. So I'm gonna go in with the Givenchy Prism Libre Foundation, and this is in the shade 1N95. I haven't used this one in a while, and it's pretty new in my collection. I want to give it a good shake. Okay, so how is everyone doing? I woke up with such a bad headache today. Like, I think it was a migraine. So I pumped just a pump and a half. But I'm feeling better now. I rarely get migraines, but when I get them, they just are painful. I'm going to go in with my Merit brush, and then I'm going to go with a dampen sponge. So I'm just going to like staple it in, push it into the skin. This was such, when I first tested out this foundation, I know that I loved it. First impression, I loved it. And so far, I'm loving it. I don't have any problems. No matter what I put under this foundation, it doesn't give me any problems. So now I'm going to go with a dampened sponge. This came in a trio. You can see it has a flat side, but this is still material, like spongy. It's not one of those plasticky things. So I'm just going to push the product in more. I really love this type of sponges that are more like flat and bouncy all over and have a pointy thing. Those are my favorites. It's so beautiful and so lightweight. I love this foundation. It looks great on the skin. For my brows, I have the Benefit Precisely Brow Wax in the shade 3. So I already done my brows off camera, and this is all I'm gonna use in my brows. I love it so much. Now let's move on to a newer product in my collection, and this is the Guerlain Terracotta Concealer. This is such a beautiful concealer. I hope you guys can see it. I love this product. This is in the shade 0.5N. I've used this all over the face as well. It's very hydrating, and it lasts all day long without like creasing or drying up your skin or making you look older than you are. It actually is a very good concealer. Now let's spot conceal. And I think for this, I'm going to apply it with my favorite brush to apply concealer, and this cute little brush by Nude Sticks. This is the Nude Sticks Blend and Buff brush, and I love using this more fluffier side because it's smaller than a foundation brush, but bigger than a concealer. This is good side to get into like creases and close to your eye. But this side here is just, I think I'm gonna just, wherever I travel, I'm gonna bring this with me. I love the size, and it just blends the concealer so nicely all over the face. Oh, look at this concealer. It's just so beautiful. I'll make sure to have a timestamp down below if you're interested in just the Bobbi Brown stick. But all I have is this Bobbi brown stick that's new, and I want to try it for you guys. And I thought maybe I'll just do a full face of all the newest products in my collection and emphasize more on this when we get to the eyes. Wow, this concealer is probably one of my favorites, up there with the Natasha Denona one. I have a feeling that it's probably passing the Natasha Denona one concealer, and I love it so much. And that one, I have 3 shades in that one. So I've used that once combined together, the Natasha Denona and the Guerlain concealer, and it just looked so nice. So I'm just gonna push now with the sponge. So whatever I had on my brush, I just went over my eyelids. I'm not gonna put any eye primer, no powder. Look at that. It looks very hydrating and so youthful, and it just doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. So for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the new Chanel Le Beige. I always forget the name, it's so long. The Healthy Glow Sunkissed powder in light coral. And I'm just gonna swirl my brush. Look how beautiful this is. So I'm just gonna swirl my brush. This is the Hourglass brush, and that's how we're gonna apply this bronzer. The amount of beautiful shades and color that it picks up is just perfect for a nice natural bronzy look. And it's non-powdery, and like, look how pretty it is. So I'm just barely touching the skin. I find it that it blends the product better. I mean, with any type of bronzer. But I think today I'm not gonna use the blush in here. I'm gonna go with a different blush, and that's by Givenchy. And this is the nice pink blush in the shade number 1. So it has all this quadrants here with pink shades. It's so pretty. And I think I dropped so much. Hold on. These are like so messy, but they're so good. So I'm gonna go in with my, let's see. Let's try this. I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta. I love this brush. This is, I don't know if it has a number on it, for face number 3. And I'm just gonna swirl in here. And then I'm gonna swirl in the palm of my hand to distribute that blush everywhere. Oh, look at that nice natural glow we get. Like, it's such a nice soft pink. You don't get that intense pink. You can build it up. You can see how nice it's just distributed all over the brush. I love that it gives like a nice glow to the cheek as well. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes now, and I can swatch the actual 3 shimmers that I have. Actually, one of them, it says it's a multi-chrome, so not really just a shimmer. Let me show you the actual stick and the shade I bought. So again, it comes into this regular packaging, or like all the other ones. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, so let's see the color. You know what? It doesn't look like a dusty rose. Like I said, the top, it doesn't look like the dusty rose. It more looks like the espresso. So here is espresso. But that's what I want to show you, that when you try it on, it just looks different than what the shades are online, or even the top. So for this one, it's the same, obviously, packaging. It rolls up. And they retail for $46 Canadian. They are, I don't even need to read the notes. I can tell you from experience, they are sweat-proof, waterproof, long-lasting. They don't crease. They are a cream shadow stick. It comes in mattes, shimmers, and I have one in multi-chrome. And they are just one of the best things I've tried out there. I have a couple. I have 2 by Laura Mercier, very similar to those. But I'm afraid to move away from this ones and just focus on Laura Mercier, because I know how much I love this ones, and the only difference is $1 in price. That's Canadian, so I will put on the screen how much they are in Canadian and US here. They're just so pretty. So this is a shimmer formula, and look at this. That's a dusty rose. So when you shift it, it's not a multi-chrome, but it has like a nice pink undertone. And when you shift it differently, it gets into more of a darker, like a brown, and more, look at that, nice shift. Let me show you the ones that I have that are shimmers. We're not going to focus on the mattes. I have reviews on this already. And beside it, I'm going to have espresso. So that's like a very dark chocolate. But again, the shimmers are not visible. It's more of a satin finish, but they are called shimmery ones. Then I have Forest. This is a beautiful green. So there's the green one. And then let's move on to the Moonstone, which is one of my favorite all over the eyelid. And this is considered a multi-chrome. So I'm going to put it right here beside. It's probably harder to see on camera. I hope the camera can pick that one up. So here's a close-up. We have that Moonstone. We have the Dusty Mauve. I love the name. We have Espresso and Forest. And these are the shimmery ones. So you can see this is the Moonstone is the only one that's called a multi-chrome. You can see the shimmers because it feels like you have fairy dust all over the eyelid. I'm going to put Dusty right here again. And on top, I'm going to put this Moonstone. I want to see how they look together. So it just lightens this a little bit more and adds a little extra shimmer. So I wonder, I'm going to try like this first, and then maybe we'll see if we're going to add those extra shimmers on top. But that looks pretty. So here it is with Moonstone on top of Dusty Mauve and Dusty Mauve by itself. Now that we've seen all the shimmers again, let's do Taupe. This is my favorite shade to use as a transition shade. So let's use this one. And I love the mechanism is not breaking or anything. It's a very good product. Now, I've heard people talk about the mini ones, and the mini ones, they've had issues where the actual product came out. So I can't speak for the mini ones, but out of all these ones, I never had an issue for the product to actually fall out. Maybe when you get really close to finishing, we'll see. I will keep you posted. So let's put this in the crease. So again, I don't have any eyeshadow primer. So I'm just going to put this in the crease and use a brush to be more precise to keep it up here. You don't need to use a cream shadow for your transition. You can even go in with your bronzer. But I think that this is such a nice transition shade and all over the eyelid shade. I'll make sure there's nothing on my eyelid. Only crease and above. Just like that. Do you see how fast that was? So let's do the same thing on the other eye. I'm just going to put it in the crease here because I don't want it on the eyelid. You can use your hand as well, like your finger, to blend this. You don't even need a brush. But I want to be more precise because I want to use the Dusty Mauve all over my eyelid, on the bottom of my eyelid or eyeball lid. Now again, these products I bought myself. Bobbi Brown didn't send me any of this. And I bought them because I just love them so much. Okay, so let's move on with Dusty Mauve. And I'm gonna use this all over the eyelid. Ooh, this is such a pretty shade. It has a very nice cool tone undertone. It looks more cool tone than rosy. It looks more mauvey. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna get another brush. So the first brush I've used was A503 by BK Beauty. Now I'm gonna go with A502. And I just wanna make sure that that crease one is blended nicely there. That's all I want. That's so pretty. Okay, zoom in time. Here is Dusty Mauve. That looks pretty. What do you guys think? Let me come lower. I think that it looks so pretty, and with green or hazel eyes, like it has that grayish undertone, which I love. That's what I've been looking for in a mauvey pinky shade. I think this is probably one of my favorite out of the shimmer ones. I love them all, but this is very wearable for everyone. So if you don't want a smoky eye look, this is perfect for every day, all over your eyelid, and you give yourself a very nice soft, cool tone smoky look if you want to consider this smoky. But it's so pretty. I'll keep you this close, and I'm gonna use the same stick, and I'm gonna just apply it like this underneath my eyelid. So I'm not going to use taupe. I'm going to use this dusty mauve. Pretty. And I'm going to use the same brush to blend it. Wow. This is gorgeous. You can see the difference between taupe, which is a nice warm tone, and this is more cool tone. So let's do the other eye. I'll do it up close so you guys can see. So I'm not even pushing hard. I'm just like touching the eyelid, doing a little bit of a sliding motion, but not too much. Bring it a bit higher and then go with that brush, which is the A502 by BK Beauty, and just do it right here to combine it with that nice taupe. You see, it doesn't crease, it doesn't make your eyelid aging or anything. You can wear this even if you are more on the mature side. I think that's gonna look really pretty on you. A little bit of this shade goes a long way. So let's go ahead and do the bottom. You don't need to be precise. I know Bobbi Brown came out with some kind of same formula, but more even of an eyeliner type of stick. I think that if you have this, this is all you need, because you can use this as an eyeliner like what I did, and all over the eyelid type of thing. I don't know how the formula, I'm assuming the formula is the same as this, but you really, if you love Bobbi Brown, you can have both. I would love to have both, right? But they're expensive. Definitely a go-to shade for me. Now, I will show you how this one looks right now without the moonstone on top. I think it's just gorgeous. Now let's try to add moonstone just in the middle to give it an extra. We'll see if you can see a difference or not, but oh yeah, you can see right away the beautiful shimmers. So you can just blend it now with the finger so that you don't see that extra abrupt line on the left and right side where we applied it. So just for a little bit, so I'll show you the difference. Okay, so here it is with moonstone, more like a sprinkle of fairy dust. And then here it is with just by itself, the actual dusty mauve. So dusty mauve by itself, and then dusty mauve with moonstone on top of it here. I think it looks really pretty. This is probably if you want to bring the look from daytime, everyday type of use, to evening time, you add a little bit of this fairy dust, moonstone, and it just, you bring the look to like an evening type of look. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead off camera and apply mascara. It's the same mascara, the Loreal Panorama mascara, and I'll be right back with lips, kind of like a nice combo I want to show you, and which will match this type of eye look, and I'll give you my final thoughts. A final close-up with the mascara on. I think that the eyes look so beautiful. I really, really love the shade on the eyes, especially putting that moonstone on top. I think it's just a beautiful shade to own. Now let's move on to lips. Okay, for lips, let's go with the NYX Line Loud Lip Pencil. Look at this beautiful mauvey tone, and this is in the shade Fierce Flirt. Oh, so pretty. This is one of those pencils that you have to sharpen. Let's sharpen it a bit. Such a nice cool tone mauve. And I'm gonna use this all over the lip. So I'm gonna line the lips with this, and then I'm gonna fill them in. It's so fast and so easy. I love this cool tone purple. That's it for the lips. And then I'm gonna go with on top the Haus Labs lip oil, and this is in the shade Hue. I love this shade so much. Just adds a little bit of extra shine and hydration. So pretty. The lips. I'm trying to say the lips. I love the lips with this type of eyeshadow. Okay, final thoughts. Do you need another Bobbi Brown? shimmery shade or eyeshadow stick in general. Well, okay, so if you are a fan of these sticks, then this shade, Dusty Mauve, it'll be a perfect addition to your other ones. However, you don't need any of this makeup. I always want to say that. Unless you like this formula, I want to tell you that this shade, Dusty Mauve right here, it's a beautiful cool tone purple on the eye that you can use it daily, nighttime. It gives the look a very nice sophisticated look without putting a lot of work into your eye look. So this is one of my top favorites from the shimmers. If I were to choose out of the shimmers, I love this one so much. Those two are good for more of an intense and more smoky look, or even use them as eyeliner. Beautiful. And I love this Moonstone. You can compare it to this one because this is more of a multi-chrome, so it's really nice to use it by itself all over the eyelid, which I love using that. Or you can top it up like what I did on any of your shades that you're using. I bet this Moonstone will look good on all of the other darker shades. Just gives it a nice sparkly effect. But definitely one of my top ones from my shimmer ones for sure. I know I do have an addiction with Bobbi Brown. As you can see, I have just so many of the sticks. But you know what? I love them. And like I said, I do want to own them all because they're just so easy to use. And you can create such beautiful everyday looks. Very sophisticated and elegant, yet so soft and so beautiful. I just cannot describe this formula more than what I've already did. I have so many videos on this type of eyeshadow sticks, and I just love them so much. Well, I love that it has more of a cool tone effect and looks more grayish with a hint of purple than being, you know, too purpley or too pink. I don't want it to be too pink because then it emphasizes my veins, but I think that this is just beautiful. Anyways, this was just one of those other videos on me purchasing another Bobbi Brown shade, and I wanted to show you how it looks. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.